out of 51, because they include DC, at 1.29% in property taxes. With that high of a tax, how is that affecting our families and our economy?
No, that's a great question. And I represent Leavenworth and Fort Leavenworth, and Leavenworth County has one of the highest property valuation increases in the entire state of Kansas, if not the highest. It was highest in the estimates. I'm not sure if it's still highest when the other counties came in, but it's been at 5, 8, 10% every year. That's an addition to the property tax each year. If you're a retiree and you're living on a fixed income and you got your house paid off, you're still paying those property taxes. And I've talked to a lot of seniors that are seriously considering moving across the river into Missouri because they can't even afford their property taxes if they go up again. And as a business owner, in Von Ty down the street here, that is a tax on every rooftop in town. And commercial properties the property tax multiplier is a lot higher than for houses. So whereas it goes up, it goes up 3 times as much for the businesses as it does for the homeowners. And that's money that they can't use to buy inventory. That's money that they can't use to hire our neighbors that are out of work because of the coronavirus economic shutdown. And so, it's really a crippling effect that's magnifying every year as the property tax valuation increases.
Well, it sure would be. Well, the other portion is, compared to a lot of other states, we have a lot of farmland mass that is not rooftops.
Yeah.
And to stay up with keeping the state infrastructure, worth anything, we would have to have higher taxes, I assume, because we have less and less houses than other California or New York. But in comparison to Missouri and Colorado, they're much lower. They have a lot less lower taxes than we pay.
Yeah, you make 2 great points there. You make a bunch of great points. But agribusiness is still business, and so our farmers are not exempt from the devastating effects of the spiraling valuation increases. They're seeing it in the rural areas too, and they're having to pay that, and that's again coming off the bottom line of their ability to pay for seed, fertilizer, and pesticides, and all the things that they need to grow their businesses. The same as me making pad thai in my restaurant, and so they're feeling the same effects. But then the other great point you make there is, this is not just the overhead of doing business. This is not just the overhead of being a state. A lot of other states have figured this out. What's happening is, as you try to squeeze more blood out of the same turnip, businesses shut down. Businesses leave and go across the river to Missouri, or go up to Nebraska or down to Oklahoma. And those jobs are gone. Those businesses are gone, which depresses the property value, which means that they've got to raise the valuations even more to get the same amount of money out of the smaller group of people. It's a death spiral, and if we don't put an end to it, it's going to kill the economy here in Kansas.
Well, so what is Kansas doing to try to increase the base?
Yeah. Well, so the first thing is to stop the bleeding, and just a couple weeks ago here in the House, we passed Senate Bill 13, which had already passed the House. And what it does is, before the county assessor would raise the property valuations, and then all the city, the county, the school board, they'd sit on their hands and say, well, we didn't raise the valuations, but we're not going to raise the mill levy because that's all we control. And then in the newspaper, 11 more times, there'll be a big, above the fold front page story that says property taxes stay flat. Well, let me tell you, I'm a business owner. I own some properties here in Leavenworth, and our property taxes have not stayed flat. Our mill levy stayed flat, but not our property taxes. So what Senate Bill 13 does is it takes the teeth out of those property tax valuation increases. So that basically there'll be a mean level for property taxes based on the previous year that's going to be set. And if the county is going to take in more money than that mean level, whether it's by property tax valuations or by the mill levy, they have to hold a hearing. They have to tell us they're going to have the hearing, and then they have to affirmatively vote yes, I want to raise taxes on all my neighbors. And if they don't do that, the mill levy will automatically drop by the correct amount that they make the same in property taxes as they did the year before. And I think that'll close that loophole, that backdoor tax hike that they've been able to do for so many years with property tax valuation increases.
That's a wonderful bill.
Yeah,
Senate Bill 13.
yeah, and apparently the whole House agreed, because there were only 3 representatives in the entire House that didn't vote for it. It had massive bipartisan support.
Oh, that would be a wonderful bill. Well, we need to get out there and get everybody to call
Yes, ma'am.
their house.
Well, yeah, call the governor and tell her you want
Tell
her to
the
sign it.
governor to sign it, yes, definitely. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to this?
You- You know, my number one priority, what I promised the people of Leavenworth and Fort Leavenworth when I chose to run to serve you as your state representative, was that I was going to bring jobs and opportunity back to Leavenworth. And this is the absolute first step. We've got to lower the cost of owning and running a business in this town so that small business owners have the resources to hire more people, hire our neighbors that right now are either unemployed or underemployed. And so I'm going to fight every day. This is really, in my opinion, just the first step in a comprehensive program to get Leavenworth back to work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Debe Birzer again with Watch Kansas. And again, this was representative of the House, Kansas House,